day 2. These clouds are supposed to break up a little bit and get some sun out here at some point, but it's overcast right now and a little breezy and a little chilly. I hiked in here about, I don't know, close to a mile or so. Just a big ridge system. I'm work trying to locate some birds this morning. I tried to roost some yesterday evening, but I couldn't get anything to gobble. And it was really windy and mist and rain, so it made things difficult as far as hearing. So I looked at the map. I said, this would be a good spot to get to, a high spot. It's a huge ridge system that works out, goes in multiple directions. The main ridge kind of meanders that way and goes back around. So I'm gonna work that main ridge, and I guess it'll be several miles of walking, and I'll end up back over towards my truck, and I can drop down to it. So far I haven't heard anything where I'm at, but it's still early. I did hear something early on, right before I started running the camera, way off in that direction. It's so faint, and I'm not positive it was gobbling, but it sounded like 2 or 3 birds when they gobble together. It was real faint. There is a bluff in that direction. Could be some birds roosted off that bluff, but if I follow this ridge, it'll eventually take me closer that way, and then, I may strike a mid-morning bird. I started walking down this ridge, didn't make it about 30 yards and heard a bird gobble way off in that direction. So I got my hopes up until I looked at the map and realized he's on private, way off on private. So I'm gonna just continue down this ridge here, and I can hunt all of this. I just can't go that way. Anyway, heard a bird gobble, so that's good. I got up here on the high spot now. I've been walking in about another quarter mile or so. Make some coyote howls here on this high spot. Actually, it's a slightly higher spot right there. I think I'm gonna get up there, and then that way I can call over top of it. Got a couple new things with my gun this year. I put an adult stock back on. I've been using a youth stock. And I also put a Bird's Fast Fire red dot. I think the stock was contributing sometimes to my misses, just because it's so short, and it was causing me not to get down on the gun properly. But this feels so much more comfortable. Yes, I should have been shooting an adult stock all along, but I wanted to make my gun a little shorter, but that may have backfired on me. Nice if that sun comes out. Get a little bit of warmth out here. I think it's about 32 right now. I'm gonna shut the camera off and sit here for about 15 or 20 minutes and just listen. And then I'm gonna start working these ridges again if I don't hear anything. And that looks like it could be a gobbler track. I see 2 tracks stepping on top of each other. That's a good sign. We know they've been coming through here. Get up on this next high spot and I'll make some more calls. I'm really bearing down on this pot call, trying to get that high pitch. These birds respond, seems like a little better to this high pitch calling. One thing, all those gloves on, my hands are getting cold. I don't want to burn up too much real estate too quick. I'm gonna think I'm gonna camp out right here for a while and just listen until the sun gets up. And hopefully get those birds to talking, because you guys have never hunted these western birds, or just northern birds, rather. On these cold mornings, a lot of times they'll fly down and they'll just kind of hunker down and preening their feathers and just kind of mill in one area and not do much, moving around and not much activity at all. But as the sun gets up and they warm up, things start to thaw out, they'll start moving around. They'll get active. Well, I just called down that way a moment ago. Another bird just gobbled. I was about to tell you, I called down there and I came up here and just stood here for a moment and was about to call, and a crow sounded off and a bird gobbled to it down that way. Now a bird just gobbled that way, so they're starting to fire up, but they're past where, they were back where I was calling from before, so they may have been going to where they heard me. I want to pop over to Ridgely here a little bit and call, see if I can get him to respond, see how interested he is. I think I heard a gobble. I'm not sure. That wind's making it hard to hear. I think I'm gonna work this ridge and kind of stay on the backside of the hump there and work down closer, because that gobble sounded like it came from that direction. And I heard another bird farther off and he's way back that way, but could be the hills playing tricks with the sound. But this one here, I'm pretty sure it was straight that direction. Let's move. I'm about 200 yards or so from the property line. And I just made a call back there to try and pinpoint him, and he didn't gobble. So now I'm looking for a spot to set up in case he's working this way. There's so much high stem count stuff here. I can't really find a suitable spot. I mean, it's kind of open on this hillside, but I'm gonna be calling over top of a ridge. I don't want to be doing that if I can help it. Oh, he just gobbled. He's way off. I think he's off this cliff here. You can see the cliff in front of me. And that's what they're doing. They're down there. They might be in that field there. It looks like a cut cornfield. I bet they're down there at the bottom next to that cut cornfield. It sounded louder up there because the sound traveled right up the channel of the ravine there, up the ridge to me. But now I had this big drop off here, and he just gobbled. It wasn't that loud, and I think it's the wall of this cliff blocking the sound. There's actually a little ravine here. I may be able to drop down and get level with him. I don't know, it looks like another cliff down there. It's gonna be tricky. I'll look at my map real quick. I don't want to fall off a cliff. Right down below me. What am I gonna do here? It sounds much closer. I'm gonna just get up on this hillside. Actually, I'm gonna just drop down this ravine here. I don't know, maybe we can get up this ravine. There's gotta be a way for him to get up here. I'll let them figure it out. I'm gonna just find a spot to sit. I don't know how I'm gonna film this, but I'm gonna try my best. There he is. He's one. He's close, but I don't see him. Oh, there. I don't know if I got that on camera because my camera drifted. But he's dead. Let's go take a look at him. Yeah, my camera's not locked in position, so that was a nervous wreck. Oh, it looks like a good one too. Oh yeah, big heavy bird. Oh man. Sun's out, birds are gobbling. I don't know what to say, it's pretty exciting. I was in a panic mode there because these birds gobbled down here, and then this one all of a sudden gobbled up back behind me, and I think it's the bird I heard earlier that gobbled once off in that direction. I think he just started coming this way, he heard my calling. And I'm setting up on these birds down below me, wondering how I'm gonna call them up to me. They're too close for me to try and slip down this cliff here in this ravine. So I was like, you know what, I'll just sit down and listen to them. Maybe they'll come up these ravines. They travel this area all the time, I'm sure. They know their ways up and down these ridges and cliffs. But then a bird gobbled right up behind me up on this ridge. And all my setup is pointing that way. So I kind of turned the camera and I switched left-handed, but then I saw him going across here and I was like, okay, I got time and cover to move. So I slipped around and got back right-handed and pointed the camera where he was at, but my camera wasn't locked in tight, so it kind of gradually drifted up. I think my 360 was rolling. I don't know how much you would have seen, but got another one down. Pretty exciting.